Hello, everyone. We have a very exciting module today. Module 18 is about problem solving and creativity. Problem solving and creativity always go together, but unfortunately, it is not given much emphasis in our classrooms. And I hope that as a teacher later on, you would really give much emphasis and much more time in developing problem solving and creativity among your students. In this module, we will focus on Torrance creativity framework or components. There are four components. And then that would be part one. And then part two will focus on creative problem solving. So let's go to the four important components of creativity. Later on, we will also, before we do that, we will introduce to you Paul Torrance. No? So we say that most of us impose too many imaginary boundaries, restrictions, and constraints upon our problems, and hence we fail to solve them. In creativity and in problem solving, what is important is that we always think out of the box and, of course, imagine and let our ideas fly so that we don't limit ourselves. So in this module we will see a lot of this, and I'm sure we'll also have fun when we have activities in our face-to-face sessions. Okay, so let us just have this exercise just to keep you excited and really, I'm sure you will participate once we are in our class. So, in this exercise, think of a fifth word that is related to the preceding four words. Okay, so just a bit of problem solving and a way to apply our creativity. So when you read sleeping, contest, spot, and shop, what one word, what other word can be given that can be attached to each of these four words? Sleeping, contest, spot, and shop. Hmm, come on, think. Did you think of? You're right. Beauty. So we have Sleeping Beauty, Beauty Contest, Beauty Spot, and Beauty Shop. Did you get it right? Did all of you get it right? Okay, how about this next one? Elephant, lady, lie, wash. What word can be related to each of these four words? Okay, do you need more time or do you have the answer now? Okay, so the answer is white. White elephant, white lady, white lie, and white watch. Okay, so this is just something to keep your brain going as we are discussing about creativity and problem solving. So, as I have mentioned earlier, Dr. Paul Torrance is regarded as the father of creativity. So before he passed away in 2003, he nearly had 60 years of research that became the framework for the field of gifted education. And he invented the benchmark method for quantifying creativity and also had a Torrance test for creative thinking. That is why what we will discuss is the four components or criteria of creativity that he contributed to the field. Okay, and he was really beloved. He worked with young children in creativity workshops, some of whom really became very creative people. One of these children invented a particular camera that he was able to sell to Kodak at the time. So because of his training workshops, it really sparked the creativity. You see in this classic picture, you would just see how happy and engaged the children were with Dr. Torrance. Okay, so we'll now go to each of the four components of creativity. So the first one is fluency. Fluency refers to the production of a great number of ideas and alternate solutions to a problem. So it means being able to give many responses within a category. So if I ask you a question, no, a creative person will be able to generate right away many responses related to the question. For example, how many uses can you think of for a clothes hanger? Okay. So if you're given like 30 seconds, how many can you list down? What other uses can you think of a hanger? Are you thinking right now? Okay. Did you say a scratcher? Did you say something to put your visual aids in? Did you say a plant holder? Okay, so that would be fluency. Or maybe we say list 15 things that are commonly read or contain red. Okay, so probably say apple, blood, brick, cherry. Okay, aside from what's here, what else can you give? Okay, so that would be fluency. If a person is able to generate a lot of responses. That's fluency. So it's good to practice the way we think of examples, the way we think of answers to questions, and we generate them continuously and quickly. That is fluency. Okay. So the next one is flexibility. So flexibility is refers to the production of ideas that show a variety of possibilities or realms of thought. We do not box ourselves into certain way of thinking. No? That's why we're flexible in our ideas. Okay? So for example, here you if I ask you remove 8 matches to just leave 2 squares. Which should you not touch? Or how will you do that? How will you there are currently how many boxes? There are there are many squares actually. That's another that's another problem. Now, how many squares do you see? Well, definitely it's more than 9. You see 9 small ones right now, but there are more than 9, no? But how would you remove 8 matches so that only 2 squares will remain? Okay, can you try and do that? Maybe if you like, you can pause the video. Okay, you can pause it and see how you can remove 8. Okay, maybe pause it for what? How long do you need? 3 minutes? Did you get the right answer? Did you get the right answer? Huh? Maybe say it's impossible. How can you just remove 8 and just have 2 squares remaining when there are so many squares? No? Maybe if I remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh, there are still others. No? So how will you do that? So let me show you. Okay? So how will 2 squares remain? So you remove this, and then this one, and then another. So that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So how many squares do you see now? One big and one small square. Did you think of it that way? That it will be another way of looking at the squares? No? Not the 9 small ones, or we did not say that the 2 squares remaining should be of the same size. So that is really applying flexibility in our thinking. Okay. So, other ideas for flexibility, what would happen if there were no automobiles? Okay. Or how would you feel if you were invisible for a day? Okay. So, you extend your thoughts, your ideas. That is flexibility. Now, the third component is elaboration. It is the process of enhancing your ideas by providing more detail. No? So if fluency is many ideas, this one is now going into details of a certain idea to enhance an idea. So that is elaboration. So an application would be like um, tell your neighbor about your last family trip using as many details as possible. So when you're able to say it with all the details and make it so like your neighbor can actually see you, no? That would be the ability for elaboration. Okay? Or maybe you say describe all the possible characteristics of red quality in a wagon wagon. So you think of how else can you describe red, no? And if it's just like a red wagon, so that would be elaboration. Okay. And then the last one is originality. This involves the production of ideas that are unique and unusual. Now, it will involve putting information about a topic back together in a new way. So it's very much related to what? Synthesis or even creating. Okay, so that's originality. Examples, application ideas. If we tell you, maybe now you're at home, what would be the strangest way to get out of bed? Okay, so then you think of your most original way. How are you going to get out of bed? Maybe tomorrow morning. Huh? Or when you say design a toothbrush that is better than the one you have. What would you put in a toothbrush? Nowadays, you have different shapes, different colors, different functions. But if I ask you, if you design a toothbrush, what would you add on it? That's something original. Okay, so that is the fourth component, originality. So going back, when we say creativity, there is what? Fluency, many, you're able to generate a lot of ideas. Flexibility, you're able to go out of the box and say, pwede rin. No? So you don't immediately dismiss your idea. Elaboration is when you can put more details, and originality is if it's like no one has ever thought of that. It's something you alone have discovered. It's something novel. It's something new. Okay, so in our classrooms it is good to develop all these aspects of creativity. Okay, so we'll have the problem solving in the next part.